Boom shakalaka, what is going on, everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's episode, live stream episode. Guys, Bitcoin and altcoins getting ready to shock the populace of the whole entire world. But Bitcoin hasn't gone up a whole another $10,000 this week. What the heck is wrong with Bitcoin? It freaking sucks. I hate it. Right? I'm getting that feeling from you guys. I know that's you. You're like, but it didn't go up another $10,000. Guys, it's already up like 8x this year. However, we're starting to see some pumping. Look at these dark greens from DOT, from Cardano, from Kusama, from Ant, from ETH, from Uniswap. A lot of dark green. Guys, like we've discussed previously, when Bitcoin stalls, alts catch up. Bitcoin stalls, alts catch up. Bitcoin pumps, alts slow down. Bitcoin stalls, alts catch up. So today we're going to be talking about what's going on with Bitcoin, why it is stalled here, if it's likely to go up, if it's likely to go down. Also, we're going to take a look at some alts. Maybe we'll answer some of your questions. And we're going to take a look at the giant entire macro sense of the whole entire world, all in this short little live stream. And if you think I'm exaggerating, you might be right. So let's get into it today, guys. Well, the big gainers for today, right now, Avalanche up 40%, Polkadot up 35%, Energy Web token up 34%, the Graph up 29%, AVE 22%. Guys, I just want to point out, Polkadot, Energy Web token, and Kusama, all Gavin Wood projects. I mean, look at this guy. He's a monster. Absolutely crushing it. So, those are all up big today. We'll talk about why. As a matter of fact, we'll just talk about why now because you guys can't wait. You have no patience. Well, obviously, Polkadot's up because K-pop sensation Mamamoo is minting their digital collectibles on the Polkadot blockchain. Everybody is flooding to Polkadot. Remember what happened with CryptoKitties back in 2017? Well, this is like the same thing happening on Polkadot right now. I mean, why would you not buy some? How have you not bought some already? It's crazy. And then, I mean, Hoskinson's talking about how Africa is going to be the new DeFi, and it's all going to be done on Cardano. Now, these are the big projects that everybody's been waiting for them to pump forever, and they're finally pumping. So, that's good. As a matter of fact, if you watch my video from yesterday, they were on my list of the top 10 alts forever and ever. I already nailed I nailed Cardano, Kusama, and Polkadot. 3 out of 10. Just freaking nailed it in one day. Now, we'll talk about alts. But before we talk about alts, we have to talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin leads alts. Alts follow Bitcoin. Whether you like it or not, it's happening. I do have to share this with you guys. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Guys, look at this. You can, well, except for the green doesn't exactly fit. But Grayscale took out a full page ad in the Wall Street Journal. Bitcoin is here. Is your portfolio ready? Look at this. Bitcoin going up. Is your portfolio ready? This is a full page ad in the Wall Street Journal from January 14th. You think other investors are going to get involved? I mean, Bitcoin's starting to make headlines. Look at this. Crypto to go public. The pros and cons of investing in Bitcoin. NYSE's parent corp. Guys, finally, it's been crickets. It's been crickets up until about $40,000. It's been crickets. Nobody's been talking about Bitcoin. All of a sudden, we're starting to see some people talking about Bitcoin. Now, how's this affecting the Bitcoin price? Well, not fantastic. Not fantastic. Bitcoin is in this little ascending triangle right here. Now, generally, this is a bullish pattern, meaning it breaks out above there. However, I should point out, I'm not even going to use this head and shoulders thing because I can never get it right, but I'm just going to draw it for you. Shoulder. Ah, damn it. I did it. What the hell? See? See what happens? That's why you can't have nice things. Okay, here we go. Ready? Shoulder. Head. Shoulder. That, my friends, is a bearish pattern for Bitcoin. Generally, the price comes down by the amount of this chode right here. So it would come down exactly to right around there, 26.5. And you know what else? I didn't even add the moving average on here. Shame on me. We need the 4-hour MA50 because this has been pretty strong support for Bitcoin in general. just so you guys can see it, this is how you do it. You type in MA and then throw it on there. Now, when we have the 4-hour MA50, you can see we've actually broken below the 4-hour MA50. And Bitcoin price since September has not been hanging out very long before the 4-hour MA50. There's one. Way back here in December is another. And then there's probably not much. Some way back here. Okay? So we have some more here. But Bitcoin recently, in this bull market, does not like to hang out below the 4-hour MA50. So you kind of have to weigh these things. We have a bearish pattern, the head and shoulders. We have a bullish pattern, the ascending triangle. We have a bullish pattern being below the 4-hour MA50. And right now, if we delete all this garbage, you can see that Bitcoin price is pretty much resting on the top of the bullish megaphone structure right here. This solid white line is resting above there. If it breaks below there, we could be heading down a little bit. However, if this continues to hold, we might see a break above. So this is really like important time to be looking at Bitcoin. And honestly, there's no clear indicators if Bitcoin's going up or down at this point. But I should say, there's some other stuff going on in the world that does affect this. Okay? This is a really big thing going on in the world right now that's going to affect it. Okay? Right now, we are on the brink of another recession. As you can see here, these are the US 05Y, US 02Y charts. And basically, when we bottom out and then start to go back up, there's a recession. These shaded gray areas are recessions. So bottom out, start to go back up, recession. Bottom out, start to go back up, recession. Bottom out, start to go back up, recession. Well, guess what? It's bottoming out and starting to go back up. That could potentially indicate we are headed into a recession. And Bitcoin, guys, if you remember, right here in 2009 was when Bitcoin was born. All right, January 3rd of 2009. October 31st of 2008, it was the white paper, which was right around here. And then it was born right around here. So it was basically born at the end of the last recession. Bitcoin has never been through a recession. Now, the way that the government is planning to deal with this recession is what's called hyperinflation. In case you missed it, the US government just printed 25% of the money it's ever printed in the whole entire history of the US in 1 year. They just did that last year. Well, they're planning to do that again. They already have a budget for 12.5% of all that's ever been printed to be coming up this year. You guys have gotten your stimulus checks, and the money doesn't come out of nowhere. But could it potentially affect Bitcoin? I mean, Bitcoin's limited supply. There's only a fixed amount. You can't print more of them. So theoretically, supply and demand, Bitcoin price should go up. But I know I keep giving you good news and bad news. I like to edge you, you know? So like I get you high and then low and high and low and close. And well, anyways, but guys, taking a look at Bitcoin right now, this is from Trading Shot. He's one of my favorite traders over on TradingView. He's saying that right now is looking potentially like an early 2018 scenario. So if we take a look on the right-hand side above my head, Bitcoin price was going up above the one-day MA50, and then we had a little bit of a wedge forming with lower highs and higher lows, and then it broke through the one-day MA50 and then broke through the one-day MA200 on its way down. Now, if we take a look at what's going on right now, these are the 4-hour candles, not the daily candles, so I do want to point out that difference. But look at this. Is this a fractal? Are we seeing a fractal with lower highs, higher lows, breaking through the 4-hour moving average? This is the 4-hour MA100. Again, these charts are not identical, but I mean, if somebody said like one of these things looks like the other, yeah, it looks identical. So could this be a short-term top for Bitcoin? Because even in the news from minutes ago, traders are saying Bitcoin price needs a pullback to maintain bullish momentum. Who are these traders? Why do they suck so much? Why does Bitcoin need to pull back? It should go up forever. But if we take a look at the Bitcoin risk, the expected maximum drawdown, we're at a relative high. Since 2017, we're at a relative high right now. Not only that, but if we take a look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, I mean, this is a simple chart, a simple logarithmic regression chart, but this is one of my favorite charts. Because guess what? Bitcoin, every time it reaches yellow, it gets up to red. every time. Like every time it's hit yellow, it goes up to red. Guaranteed. But guess what? What's after yellow? Bubble territory. Bitcoin right now is approaching bubble territory if it keeps going up. However, if we give it some time, if we give it a month, 2 months, 3 months, we can go up and still not be in bubble territory. So, that being said, what does it mean for Bitcoin? Well, the underlying story has not changed. Guys, institutions are eating up Bitcoin, eating it up, devouring it, gobbling it up. Gobble the wiener. That's what they're doing with Bitcoin. Grayscale bought $3.3 billion in Q4 of 2020. Look at this. They keep buying more and more and more. Grayscale's buying it up. They're eating it up, but they're not the only one. We have PayPal. We have Cash App. We have MicroStrategies. We have all these different people buying up large amounts of Bitcoin. And guess what? I don't think they're going to mind if the price comes down a little bit, because they're not in it for the 6-month time frame. They're not in it for the 2-month time frame. They're in it for the 10-year time frame. Take a moment and think out 10 years. Think about 10 years in the future. 2 more halvings. Guys, that doesn't mean it's twice as scarce. That means it's 100 times as scarce, because each halving, it goes down a whole order of magnitude. Scarcity goes up an order of 10. So, I just want to point this thing out on kind of a longer time frame for Bitcoin. So basically, as we can see, Bitcoin has tended to repeat itself. That's just what it's done. I mean, it's only had 2 opportunities to repeat itself so far, so it can only repeat itself so many times, but this would be the 3rd time if it repeats itself. If we take a look at drawing just a trend line on a log scale, okay? Drawing a trend line on a log scale from right at the halving, Bitcoin never breaks below there. It didn't the first halving. Look at this. Didn't the second halving. Look at this. Probably still not going to the 3rd halving. And look at where it puts us. By October, it puts us right around $70,000. Guess what? If the bull run keeps on going until 2022, being longer than we might think it's going to be, Bitcoin could be up towards $300,000. Willy Woo could be totally correct about that thing. So, what does that mean? Am I bullish or bearish on Bitcoin? I'm a perma-bull on Bitcoin. Like, I don't think you just can't compare it to anything else. It is uncomparable. There's nothing else like it, except for like PlayStation 5s this Christmas. I mean, look at how much people were paying for PlayStation 5s this Christmas because you couldn't get them. That's Bitcoin. Maybe not right now, but in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Guys, if you want to do something generational wealth for your family, buy some Bitcoin. Now, altcoins. Well, Bitcoin stopped pumping. I think this is pretty much evidence. Bitcoin has stopped pumping since around $42,000. It stopped. It has stalemated. Now, people don't like to have their money in stuff that doesn't move up immediately, so they're going to take the money out of Bitcoin and put it into altcoins. And we see altcoins pumping. And I do think that this cycle, we're going to see a lot more large altcoins pumping. Why? Because we have institutional money and they don't really want to speculate as much. At least not unless they can manipulate it. So, that's my thoughts on everything. I think in the short term, yeah, Bitcoin may come back down. Honestly, this chart right here, the Bitcoin rainbow chart, is all you need to trade Bitcoin, to hold Bitcoin, to know what's going to happen. Okay, pretty much every time it goes up in a color, there's a pullback. Bitcoin doesn't like to really stay in hodl territory for a long time. Look at this. Bitcoin, or in bubble territory. Bitcoin was in bubble territory here for 4 months? For 4 months or 5 months. It was 5 months here and then probably like a year here. But out of 11 years, 1 out of 11 years, it doesn't like to stay in bubble territory. So you got to figure right down here, the dark blue to the dark green, this is the fair value of Bitcoin. It's going to stay here until it blows up. And guys, like I said, you have to, what did they say? Buy the something, sell the news. Something. This is the proof in the pudding right here. Full page. advertisement in Wall Street Journal. Grayscale. The future is Bitcoin. It's happening. Okay, so what questions do you guys have? Because that's all my part. I'm done talking now. So you have questions. Buy the hype, sell the news. That's it, Cart KDR. Bingo. Buy the hype, sell the news. I think we all bought the hype. But I don't think it's not even full hype yet. Because, my neighbors aren't coming to me telling me to buy Bitcoin. We're a very limited crowd of people who actually know about Bitcoin right now. What DeFi would I invest in today? I would invest in YFI out of all the DeFi projects. Because it's a DeFi, it's an aggregator platform, and it's got a very limited supply. So most other altcoins get their value from network effect. YFI also has some scarcity in there. Am I bullish on Icon? The platforms, everybody loves the platforms, but really the platform that's going to be crushing it is Ethereum. So until something can outplace Ethereum, yeah, you could put gambles on it. I mean, I own a little bit of Cardano. I own a little bit of Polkadot. I own a little bit of Kusama. I own a little bit of all these different platforms, but really they're just kind of like small bets. Most of my portfolio, about 65% in Bitcoin, about 15% in ETH, and the rest, the other 20% in alts. And the reason for that is just the risk. With alts, there is much greater risk. Now, with great risk comes great reward, but with great risk comes great losses. So you have to balance it. And me, I would prefer to make guaranteed gains than to make... I'm not a gambler, pretty much. That's the answer. Is it okay to sell all my Bitcoin to buy ETH? I'm not a financial advisor. But, that is one theory. People think that, hey, Bitcoin's stalling, and if it's stalling, alts are going to pump. Now, me personally, I'm not a big fan of going all in this, all in that, all in this, because you go all in something, you can potentially lose it all. And that would be a failure that's hard to recover from. However, you could still maintain some Bitcoin because, yeah, Bitcoin may stall for a little bit at $40,000. There may be a pullback, even as low as, look at this, all right? So if Bitcoin pulls back, we might be seeing a $25,000 Bitcoin. If it comes all the way back here, we might be seeing a $23,000 or even a $20,000 Bitcoin. Possible. But right now, I don't know. There's some indicators saying Bitcoin price is going up. There's some indicators saying Bitcoin price is going down. So it's really difficult. We just have to wait and see. Now, if you want to take a little bit of your portfolio, like let's say you made some gains in Bitcoin, you could potentially take those gains and you could put them in an altcoin, or you could put all of it in altcoins, or you could even capture some of your profits. Like I know some traders, I'm not going to mention who, but I got them dollar cost averaging Bitcoin about 3 years ago, and they've made a lot of money off of it. And now they're taking their initial investment out. So all of their gains, which is about like 85% of their portfolio right now, is just free. Ton of free Bitcoin. That's awesome. That's the way to trade. Cardano versus Polkadot. They're both pumping today. Here's the thing. There's something called reversion to the mean. Let me show you this thing called reversion to the mean. So if we take a look, reversion to the mean basically means what goes up comes down, what goes down comes up. So things that are losing big this week are going to be gaining big next week and vice versa. So next week, take a look. Okay, the biggest losers this week, Bitcoin SV, EOS, Litecoin, Reserve Rights, and Ripple. Chances are next week this time, next Saturday, you take a look, those will be the biggest gainers. However, on the flip side, Hedge Trade, Voyager Token, Polkadot, IOST, and Avalanche, these are the biggest gainers for the week. You take a look next week, these are going to be the biggest losers. The market moves as a whole. All ships rise the same. So, honestly, I don't really think it matters where you invest your money as long as you have it invested in crypto. Because there's one thing that separates rich people from poor people. And let me tell you guys, if you're invested in cryptocurrency, you're part of the rich people. The thing that separates rich people from poor people is rich people buy assets, poor people buy liabilities. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Newest asset class ever. It's an asset. That means you invest in it. Doesn't matter which ones, as long as it's not like XRP and man, the XRP army must be crying. But no, I mean, as long as you're not investing in scams, you're going to do well in cryptocurrency overall. However, I always say, if you want, like, I like simple stuff. That's just me. I like stuff simple. And if you type in Willy Woo, Twitter, degenerators and oscillators, and we take a look at this, find his article on Wooble, the simplest thing you can possibly do is buy Bitcoin. But it doesn't go up fast enough. I mean, it only went up from $20,000 to $40,000 in 3 weeks. That's not fast enough. I need to turn $500 into $3 million. Good luck. You'll probably lose the money first. But if you want something, Bitcoin going up, altcoins generally going down. That doesn't mean I don't hold altcoins. I still diversify a little bit. But mostly Bitcoin going up. Simple. All right. Do I think XRP is dead? Temporarily, yeah. Dude, for XRP, this is like the worst possible timing for XRP. All right. Now, XRP, as we can see, if we go back to CoinMarketCap and when it loads, we can see it's dropping in standings. Polkadot replaced it recently in number 4 position. Timing couldn't have been worse for XRP. Had this have happened 2 years ago, wouldn't have been a big deal. Had it have happened after the bull run, wouldn't have been a big deal. But right now, everybody's delisting XRP, and all the other big altcoins are pumping. So this is going to be bad for XRP temporarily. However, there's a possibility of something good happening for XRP. Now, let's say XRP gets delisted from all the crypto exchanges, but then it gets deemed a security and they do whatever regulations they need to do to trade it as a security, gets listed on traditional markets. Well, then they have a much larger audience that can buy XRP. That'll be the first altcoin listed on traditional markets. You think people might gobble that up? Yummy, yummy. I think they might. So there's a possibility for a silver lining. I don't know if it's going to happen, but, you kind of have to wait and see. Check Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin dying? 35. Yeah. But wait, let's say, this thing sometimes doesn't load. But if it'll load the 7-day, down 11% in 7 days. Hang on. Let's see for the month. Period 30 days. Oh, holy shit. Just got to change your perspective. Hocus pocus, change your focus, my friends. Look at this, up 55% in a month. That's 700% in a year. That's 7,000 years of money sitting in your bank account. 7,000 years. That's like 700 really long lifetimes of money sitting in your bank account. Bitcoin just did that in 1 month. Change your perspective, my friends. But it could be going down. As I talked about earlier, Bitcoin is in an ascending wedge or ascending triangle, which could be which is a bullish pattern, but there's a head and shoulders, could be a bearish pattern. Broke through the 4-hour MA50, could be a bearish move, but right now it is resting on the top of this bullish megaphone, this white trend line, so that could be bullish as well. Right now, 2 bullish patterns, 2 bearish patterns, kind of 50-50, whichever way it goes. Either way, I don't mind. I don't bother selling in and out of Bitcoin. Why? Because I'm a U.S. citizen and I have to pay taxes on it. And, unless you're really making a lot on your trades, just not worthwhile. So, my opinion. But opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one. I do want to say something about trading. Everybody knows this saying, 95% of traders lose, right? You take a look at the top 10 richest people in the world. They're all investors, not traders. But everybody says trading is awesome, especially a lot of great YouTube channels out there. They're like, yeah, trading's awesome. By the way, use my affiliate link. Traders make money by selling affiliate links and selling platforms. That's how traders win. Otherwise, there's a 95% chance you're going to lose. It's addictive. It's like gambling. There was just a big, everybody loves to gamble. Mega Millions, different stuff like that. But you have like a 1 in 300 million chance in winning. Why not do the guaranteed thing and just hold Bitcoin for the long term? What about Matic? I am bullish on Matic, my friends. I'm glad you brought that up. I don't think Matic's even on page 1, and it's not. But Matic is part of the Ethereum 2.0 ecosystem. Let's see. Let's look up ETH 2.0. ETH 2.0. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. Optimism. Aha. Layer 2 scaling. Guys, Matic is part of ETH 2.0. I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but if we take a look at ethereum.org, these are parts of the Ethereum ecosystem. And guys, I just want to remind you that Ethereum is the largest platform out there, the largest number of developers. Look at some of these things that you might want to consider investing in if you believe in Ethereum. Loopring. How about, keep on going. Keep on going. Where is it? Raiden. OMG Network. Matic Network. Gazelle. Loopring. POA Network. Seller. All of these things, as Ethereum goes up in value, these are going to go up not even more, but to a greater degree, because they're part of the Ethereum ecosystem, but they don't have the same market cap as Ethereum right now. So because of that, there's a good chance that as Ethereum really starts taking off, we'll see OMG taking off, Omise Go, we'll see Seller Network, we'll see Matic, we'll see Loopring, we'll see all of them taking off with Ethereum, and these are ones that you can get on the pennies for the dollar. So if you want to leverage your investment in Ethereum, those are projects you might want to consider. Now, why do I like Matic? For the same reason I like Chainlink. Chainlink is another functional part of the Ethereum ecosystem that has a use case. Matic, it's layer 2 scaling for Ethereum. They're probably going to incorporate it in ETH 2.0. So, that's that. Ave, please. Yes, I know, it's up today, huh? Oops, what did I do? What did I do? Yeah, so Ave is a big winner today. DeFi things are potentially the future. Now, me personally, in terms of DeFi, somebody asked me earlier if I was to bet on one DeFi thing, which one would I bet on? And I said YFI because that has the largest network effect at this moment in terms of DeFi stuff. I just talked about it in my video the other day. You could see it. Reason is most people on Twitter are talking about YFI. But the ones that I'm actually investing in, and this is my different strategy, one is synthetics and two is Ren. Now the reason for this is because Bitcoin's awesome. Limited supply, scarcity, pretty darn awesome. But it's kind of like, it just sits there. So if you want Bitcoin to start moving for you, you could use Celsius, which I do. But you can also wrap your Bitcoin tokens and then use them in DeFi. And two great ways to do that are synthetics and Ren. So because of that, I'm investing in those two. But yeah, Ave is up big today, 50% for the week. DOT will go to 100. Can I go over Cardano? Yes, this is the big news for Cardano. I mean, this is Hoskinson's big thing that he's been talking about for years. Like literally since the beginning of time, Hoskinson's been talking about Africa entering into the world economy thanks to Cardano. And he's got a point. He doesn't have a whole bunch of regulations that has to pass. He just has to make it easy for them to enter the ecosystem using Cardano. If they do that, yeah, Cardano will be huge. Everyone in Africa will be in the whole world economy. So, yeah, that could be good. Now, overall Cardano, I'm not the person you want to ask about Cardano because I think granted, it's up 16% for the day. But really, and I'm going to eat my words about this clearly because I keep poo-pooing on Cardano, and one of these days it's going to shoot up 10x and then everybody's going to be like, well, see, you were wrong. But you know what? I was talking about Cardano way back here. If you don't believe me, you can go check out my channel. When Cardano was 2 cents, I was saying, hey, this is a really cool, awesome new project. And then it went up to like $2 and some. That's when I was bullish on Cardano way back then. All right. Not exactly now, because even though if we take a look at the green line, which is the price, which is going up, that price is going up because Bitcoin went up. If we actually look at the Bitcoin comparative, it's at almost all-time lows, which could be a good time to buy. But it kind of looks like a degenerator. One of all of these cryptocurrencies is just kind of go to zero in Bitcoin comparative. So that's my thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Dreamy. You don't trust Charles. I don't trust him either, because he was saying that if Shelly Testnet was not released by the end of last year or something, I forget the exact date, he would eat his shoe. And then it wasn't released. And he said, oh, I'll eat a shoe-shaped cake. Okay? Him and McAfee got written off in my book because they obviously didn't stick up to what they said they would do. If you're going to make bold prognostications like that publicly, McAfee, you got to eat your own dick on national television, and Hoskinson, you got to eat your shoe, and then the world will be right again. Let's see. Thoughts on Atom? That's just another big platform. I mean, it's one of those things that you can just hold just in case. It might go up. Like I said, 20% of my overall portfolio is in alts. The two biggest alts in that section are Celsius, because I bought a decent amount and then it went up 100 times. And then, what was the other one? Chainlink. Okay? Because that one also went up a lot. So, but I do also have a little bit of these platforms. I have a little bit of Atom. I have a little bit of Cardano. I have a little bit of Polkadot. I have a little bit of Kusama. Just in case. Just in case. But I don't think they're going to go up anytime soon. How high for Polkadot in 2021? Okay, fine. I will answer that for you. Ready? Here's how I'll answer it for you. Polkadot right now. Where are we? Polkadot right now is at $17. All right. Now, I don't think that Polkadot is going to go much in terms of Bitcoin comparative. I just don't. But I do think that Bitcoin is going to go up a lot. So, I've been predicting like a 70,000 Bitcoin, but I think that may be a little bit low for 2021 actually. We'll say $100,000. So Bitcoin will 3x, so Polkadot safely 3x, maybe 5x. Anywhere between $60 and $100, maybe. That's saying that the whole market's not over, because, I mean, guys, look at this, not this chart. Look at this chart. Ooh, it looks like it could be very similar to what happened in 2008 when the market just tanked. It's happening all over again. But we're in a completely different place than we were back in 2018. We were at the beginning of a recession. And, you know, during recessions, the amount of money invested in gold kind of goes up a lot. Potentially the amount of money invested in Bitcoin will go up a lot. This could be the end of government fiat currencies, this recession right here, because people have an alternative. Back here, you did not have an alternative to government fiat currencies. Now you do. So things could change. Let's see. What about Litecoin? Meh. Litecoin will probably do okay, but, you know, Charlie Lee sold all his Litecoin in 2017 at the top of the market. And ever since then, meh. Will Chainlink keep dropping? In Bitcoin comparative, yes. Why? Because nothing can go up in Bitcoin comparative forever. Bitcoin is just like a raging bull. I'm not sure if you guys get that, and I'm going to come back to Chainlink in a second. But Bitcoin is a raging bull. It just keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And every dollar invested in Bitcoin increases the overall market cap by $3.50. It goes up and up and up. Now, because of that, you were asking about Chainlink, not Cardano, right? Yeah. So, will Chainlink come down in Bitcoin comparative? Yes. Will it go down in price? Probably not, because if Bitcoin keeps going up, Chainlink will keep going up as well. Chainlink actually today is at all-time highs, $20. Pretty darn awesome for the little linkies out there. Not to mention, Chainlink has like the coolest fanboys ever. Okay? XRP Army is a bunch of, I won't even say it because they'll just, you know, troll my everything. Cardano fanboys are kind of like the losers. But then Chainlink fanboys are awesome. They're the coolest fanboys out there. Now, Chainlink price, all-time highs today. But Bitcoin comparative, pretty low. However, we had what could have been a double bottom down here. So this area down here could have been the bottom. We could see a little bit of a resurgence coming up to a certain point until it doesn't anymore. So, what about Celsius? Yeah, I think Celsius is a great long-term investment. I don't think I'm good at giving short-term investment advice in crypto because that's not the way that I look at things. Because really, here's what happens in cryptocurrency, in case you haven't been in it for a long time. Now, I've been a crypto YouTuber. I'm one of the oldest crypto YouTubers, in case you're new to the channel. I've been doing this since 2017, before a lot of other people ever started. So here's what happens, is that somebody with a large fan base will promote something on CoinMarketCap page 5, okay? They'll say, hey, this is like the next biggest, greatest thing. It's the coolest thing ever. Let's go down to page 5 of CoinMarketCap. Before they talk about it, it has a daily volume of like half a million dollars. Okay? It's listed on one exchange and there's like no daily volume. Then they say this is going to be the most awesome thing ever. Price shoots up and it seems like they're great at predicting whatever it is. And I did this too back in 2017, but it's just not worth doing because really all you're doing is manipulating the market because the price goes up and then it crashes back down. And so all the people who were exciting it and buying it up and holding it forever, they just lose all their money. So I stopped doing that because I don't think it's good for people who are getting into crypto and investing. So I just like to give advice like what I do. I pick projects that are probably going to do well for the long term. I think Celsius is great. Celsius is one of the few projects that I use on a daily basis. And guess what? They pay me interest every week. In case you haven't used Celsius, go to their website or download the app. Okay? You can go there. You can download the app. Just try it out. Put $20 or $50 of Bitcoin on there. And guess what? Every week you're going to earn Bitcoin. Or if you live outside of the States, you're going to earn Cell Token. Really awesome. Every single week you get paid interest. And it gets to a point, if you put enough on there, where you can earn a pretty decent amount. I mean, take a look at some of these projects. You can earn 22% on Synthetics or Matic. Both of those, I'm holding on there, earning 22% interest. Guess what? That means in 5 years, it's going to be, no, less than that. 72 divided by 22. 3 years and some, it's going to double. But Bitcoin earns 6.2%. ETH 7.21%. Stablecoins 14%. Compound 9.8%. UMA 9.21%. Pax Gold, you can earn 7% interest on gold. Where else in the world can you do that? Chainlink 5.9%. Bcash 5.9%. Not to mention, guys, this is one of the most secure lending platforms out there. The guy who created this, he created Voice over IP, which is what I'm using right now to talk to you guys. He created this system, Voice over IP. He's also responsible for putting all the Wi-Fi down in the subways in New York City. He's a triple unicorn like Elon Musk. He's created $3 billion companies. Celsius is one of them. And all of the loans here are insured, so you're not going to lose the money. So I just say try it. That's how I did it. I mean, that's how Celsius became one of the biggest parts of my portfolio. Was I heard about the app. I started using the app. I was like, oh, cool, I'm earning interest. Let's try out these loans because you can also borrow against your crypto. Okay, so I wanted to try out a loan. I had some student debt I wanted to pay off. So I just borrowed against my crypto, paid off the student debt, and then I paid off that loan, and I had a whole bunch of Cell Token left over because you need to pay the interest on the loans with Cell Token. So I just kept the Cell Token, and then it went up in price. So short story right there. But anyways, I think long term, this is one of the best projects out there. It's got a great community. The Celsius community is awesome. It's got a limited supply of tokens. The community is growing all the time. You can even see like the top holders of Celsius in the community. You can become an ambassador. You can do all types of stuff. So Celsius in general, I believe in that project. ETH prediction for the year. Oh, I did this the other day. Okay. This is my outrageous ETH prediction for the year. This is not like a reasonable ETH prediction for the year, but you're asking for it, so I'll give you an outrageous ETH prediction for the year, because why bother being reasonable? Right? Right. Come on. Here we go. What do I think of ETH in the short term? You know, I think ETH is great because soon you'll be able to stake your ETH, stake 32 ETH, and earn up to 10% on it. And if ETH goes up as high as I'm going to show you it could go, you could be making $100,000 a year just for staking your 32 ETH. That could be pretty cool. Let's go to weekly. Oh, I needed a different chart for this one. This one isn't going to work. ETH, Bitcoin, Coinbase, Bitfinex, Ponyx. I forget which chart I had to use. Well, see, the problem with streaming on a Mac is sometimes it just gets like all poo-pooed down. But I guess that's what I get for using a 4-year-old Mac and not upgrading. Still waiting for them to upgrade the camera on the Mac. So if you know anybody who works at Apple, tell them to upgrade the cameras on the Macs, because right now it's holding them back big time. I would have totally bought a whole new MacBook Pro if they had new cameras on there, but they don't. Let's see. We have the weekly chart. All right. Now, there's this right here, and then there's also trading shot, 49-51% ratio. Here we go. Leave. So this is exactly what you guys are going to want to look at. Right now, according to trading shot's 51-49% ratio, this bull cycle is going to end right at the end of September 2021. Roughly in about 9 months. 9 months or so, it's going to end right here on the right side. Okay? And now he does this by calculating 51% of a bull run before the halving, 49% after. It happened here also. So we have 9 months left in whatever happened with that. So if we take a look at Ethereum, the top of the last market cycle was right here, which was, nope, Bitcoin. Oh, right. Did I want USD? Yeah, I do want USD. That's right. So I can show you guys an actual price instead of a Bitcoin comparative, because nobody talks in that. Bitstamp, we'll say that. Let's see. Hold off on Bitcoin. Might shoot up my tank. Yeah. Can't tell on Bitcoin right now. It's kind of like could be up, could be down, could be up and down, could be mostly up or down, but somewhat up or down. 2018, how far back does this go? Not far enough. ETH USD, Coinbase, Kraken, Bitfinex, Binance, BitMax. Okay. We're getting there. Just need a chart that shows you far enough back on ETH for it to be worth your while for this argument, so you can see exactly what ETH is going to do. Now, we're 9 months before the height of the bull market according to Trading Shot. That's the important thing right here. And if we take a look at ETH, on a weekly, all right, this is it. This is it. This is it. So, 9 months before. So we go back 9 months from the height all the way back here, and it comes all the way right down to here. That's 9 months, 42 bars. So that's from March to January of 2017. Okay, went up 2,400%. Ready? Let's do this again like this. There we go, positive. 2,300%. Okay. So it did that from basically where we are in the market right now to the top, went up 2,300%. Now, if we are to go 42 bars and 2,300%, that would put us right around right there. Okay. A price of roughly $35,000 ETH. Guys, even if it does half of that, that's an $8,000 ETH. If you stake that, guys, if you stake 32 ETH, that costs you $32,000. Guess what? At $8,000 ETH, you would earn 3.2 ETH, which would be 24. You would get like $26,000 per year. You buy $32,000 of ETH right now, you earn roughly that much per year. So basically whatever you buy of ETH right now and you stake it, even if you can't stake it on Ethereum 2.0, you could stake it using Celsius and earn 7% on your ETH. Okay? So you can do that. You can get almost as much money back as you paid for it. Crazy. Yeah, I know. I get it, Steve, that that's an absolutely outrageous prediction. And that is an absolutely outrageous prediction. I'm just saying, hey, Bitcoin repeats itself. If ETH repeats itself, we could be due for something along those lines. It could be absolutely crazy. Because let's face it, we haven't actually had a giant bull run yet. We don't have like the true retail FOMO yet. This is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies right now reminds me very much of what Facebook was like when I was in college. It was just kids using it. Now it's like your mom, your grandma, your boss, everybody. Back then it was just kids. That's kind of like crypto right now. Crypto right now is just kids and old guys and like 3 girls. That's basically everybody in crypto right now. So we thank you girls for joining us. I think that it will eventually hit that retail FOMO with stuff like this. Guys, full page ad for Bitcoin in the Wall Street Journal. This just happened on January 14th. Look at this. Bitcoin is here. Is your portfolio ready? It's happening. It's truly happening. This is a grayscale ad, in case you can't see that. Grayscale advertisement. So, that would be all. Now, I think that's all the questions for today. The dollar's falling. Ooh, great question, inner peace. Yeah, you've got a great point. Guys, something big is about to happen. Okay? I'm not sure if you see this, but this is from Ride the Pig over on TradingView. It's different this time. He's taking a look at the US 5-year and 2-year. And basically these curves, whenever it bottoms out and goes back up, we hit a recession. Bottoms out, goes back up, we hit a recession. These gray areas are recessions. Bottoms out, goes back up, we hit a recession. Well, guess what? It bottomed out above my head there. Okay, you can see that. And then now it's headed back up. So does that mean we're headed for a recession? Yeah, quite possibly. Also considering that at least the US government strategy is hyperinflation. They just printed 25% of all the money the US has ever printed in 220 years. They just printed 25% of that in 1 year. They have another budget to print another 12.5% next year. Or I guess it's this year now. But still, there's going to be hyperinflation. In hyperinflation, you want to own valuable commodities. Now, gold is a valuable commodity. But the more people who mine gold, the more gold you can produce. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is limited. It's a commodity that's truly limited. There's 21 million. And you can lose them. So, inner peace, I think that was a great question. Yeah. Crazy stuff is happening in cash, in money. And Bitcoin wasn't around this time. The last recession, Bitcoin was not around. Bitcoin was created, the white paper was released right here, October 31st of 2008. January 3rd of 2009, right around here, was when Bitcoin was released. So it was really released at the very end of the last recession. Probably didn't even gain popularity until 2011. I mean, that's when the charts start, well after the last recession. So this is Bitcoin's first recession. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Kind of like with the Bitcoin price today, nobody knows what's going to happen. Kind of looks like it could go up, kind of looks like it could go down. And I honestly don't know. So I don't want to mislead you guys because there's really no way to tell. If somebody tells you they can predict the Bitcoin price, they're lying. So that's all for today. It's been a really long episode. I'm losing my voice. Time to go watch some football. Guys, it's playoffs. Come on, watch the football. And I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. It helps out so much. I will catch you all later. Have a good one. Peace.